What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. And another one. So let's get into this, man. Undefeated Olympic bronze medalist, superstar, heavyweight world champion, WBC world champion, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, says that former unified British heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua is, and everybody knows, is mentally weaker than him. They knew this going into negotiations. They knew this all along. That's the reason why they were stalling the fight out. So he says that, Anthony Joshua is not built for this game, meaning the sport of boxing. Anthony Joshua is a mental shorty, right? Anthony Joshua doesn't have the dog in him. You got to be mentally fit for this game. And Deontay Wilder says Anthony Joshua and his team, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, they knew this all along. This is why they were stalling him out. Deontay Wilder said, I was going to stall him out to begin with. He said my name first. He called me out first. And then he allowed his team to allow him to backtrack. He allowed them to do a bow face. He allowed himself to look like he contradicted himself in the public eye. He allowed his team to do so. And then when he revealed the private messages that we had to Eddie Hearn, that just confirmed it. Right? I personally thought that Anthony Joshua had dog in him after the Vladimir Klitschko fight. After the Vladimir Klitschko fight, excuse me. Excuse me. Woo! After the Vladimir Klitschko fight, excuse me, I thought that during that and after, I thought he had dog in him. Right? Because he got up off the canvas and he crawled, he clawed back into the fight because I thought he was done at one point in time. And he showed grit. He got back up. But when I go back and look at the fight, look at that fight, there were moments where Anthony Joshua was ready to throw in the towel. You can see it in his face. If you go back and watch that fight, there were moments in that fight where Anthony Joshua looked like he was ready to give in. He didn't give in, right? And Vladimir Klitschko had nothing left to close the show. So that allowed Anthony Joshua, to recover. Vladimir Klitschko allowed Anthony Joshua to recover. In doing so, he himself fatigued out, gassed out, and Joshua took advantage of it. But yet, I can't take anything away from Anthony Joshua for that performance because he showed grit. With that said, Anthony Joshua knew that he put it out there about the Wilder fight. Anthony Joshua knew about the negotiation situation. Anthony Joshua was warned and told and directed to not accept the Deontay Wilder fight. And that's for a reason. Maybe it was for money reasons, right? Maybe they felt like the fight needed to grow. Because you hear Eddie Hearn talk about afterwards and say stuff like, the fight is at its all-time high right now, right before the Andy Ruiz fight. Even after the Andy Ruiz fight, Eddie Hearn has stated that he feels like the fight has grew. But he has to get past Andy Ruiz. But immediately after, Eddie Hearn is already making up excuses for why the fight shouldn't come to fruition or why the fight won't come to fruition. As a promoter, you should be speaking it into existence, saying, we're going to do everything we need to do to make this fight happen. Yet you hear Eddie Hearn already saying, well, Deontay Wilder won't accept it. How would you know he won't accept it? We win this fight. Now he's saying one face, one name. He's been saying that. The people contradicting in this situation is Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. The contradictions is coming from that side, right? Now you get some fans that reiterate and utter the same sentiments that you hear Joshua and Eddie Hearn, more so Eddie Hearn than Joshua, about, what happened in one's face, one name, and all of this, right? Because they don't truly know what takes place behind the scenes, right? They're not privy to this information, right? So, they don't know everything that takes place behind the scenes. So they're going to take it. Joshua's their favorite fighter. They love Eddie Hearn. They're going to take it and run with it. That's what's going to happen, right? They're going to defend him by any means necessary, by all costs. That's what happens, right? And so that's what's going to happen in this situation. That's what's been happening in this situation. That's the reason why you haven't gotten this fight come to fruition. It's because the demand, people overlook. People overlook, the details. And they defend. They blindly defend. So when you do that, it allows the promoters, you're not getting any public outcry, right? Only from one side and neutral sides. But you need to get it from all sides, right? And so the fight don't happen. You understand? You got people defending the actions that they're doing. If people are going to defend their actions and say, well, the fight haven't come to fruition because it's Wilder's fault and Wilder's contradiction. Yet these same fans have never heard Wilder contradict himself. Never. They'll say his contradiction. He keeps saying one face, one name, one champion. Well, why he haven't fought anybody? Well, it takes two to tango. And they haven't gotten in the ring. They chose not to get in the ring with him. That's why you haven't seen it. Joseph Parker opted to go the route of Anthony Joshua over Deontay Wilder. Dillian White chose to go his own route, right? Alexander Povetkin chose to use other means and other sources to enhance his, allegedly enhance his performance, right? This is what took place. Charles Martin decided to go the route of fighting Anthony Joshua, opposed to fighting Deontay Wilder. These are the facts. The proof is in the pudding, right? But still, you get people that just choose not to want to listen to the truth, right? And that's all good. But now, when Wilder says that he understands, he knows why they chose to go a different route, is because they feel like Anthony Joshua is mentally not built for the adversity that Deontay Wilder would present to him. He's not built for it. And so they feel like, listen, we got to go a different route, right? And so they make up these utterly ridiculous excuses, and people continue to go with it. They'll say stuff like, well, we didn't want to go. Joshua said, I should have never went for Undisputed. It was too early in my career. This is what Anthony Joshua said. But yet you chase Charles Martin. Yet you chase Joseph Parker. Yet you fought Vladimir Klitschko. But it was too early in your career to chase Deontay Wilder? Well, that's a testament to Deontay Wilder, isn't it? Isn't it? Just 1 + 1 = 2, doesn't it? The last time I checked, 1 + 1 = 2. Doesn't it? Am I wrong? So he's saying that you only need one belt. You didn't mind chasing the IBF. You didn't mind chasing the WBO. You didn't mind chasing the WBA, the IBL. You didn't mind chasing these straps. But you mind chasing the WBC? I always tell you guys, and I'll say it again, it's not the belt, it's the man with the belt. That's the prevention. It's the man with the belt. It's not the belt. It's the man with the belt. And Deontay Wilder happens to be the man with the WBC strap, the most prestige belt in the sport of boxing. Now, as of late, you know, the WBC has been getting a lot of backlash for their decision making, but still, that's still the most prestige belt in the sport of boxing. That WBC, that green strap, and he's been holding it for quite some time, right? He's defended it quite a few times, and he's on the verge of defending it again November 23rd against Luis King Kong Ortiz, whom Anthony Joshua was slated to fight and chose to opt to go a different direction with the Ortiz situation. But yet, that gets overlooked. So he says, it was too early in my career to pursue Undisputed. So why'd you pursue any of the belts, if that's the case? Imagine Devin Haney has the WBC belt right now. He's saying he want to unify. Imagine Devin Haney gets the fight with Teofimo Lopez, Richard Coleman winner, and he picks up that belt, the IBF belt, right? And then imagine Devin Haney picks up the WBA belt somehow, somewhere. We know Vasyl Lomachenko is not going to fight Devin Haney, or he's not going to relinquish those belts. So I'm just hypothetically speaking. So imagine he fought them, right, and he got the belt. And then Tank Davis says, okay, well, I want to fight you. And Tank Davis has the WBC, not Devin Haney. And then Devin Haney said, well, it's too early in my career to pursue Tank Davis, to pursue the Undisputed. Well, it's only one belt left. And you don't want to pursue to get that belt? That kind of makes no sense now, doesn't it? It makes no sense. Right? Everybody and their mom would be saying that Devin Haney is afraid. Right? So this is where Deontay Wilder, this is where he comes from when he says that mentally he's a stronger fighter. And he believes that Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to win this rematch, because he believes that just mentally, Anthony Joshua is not built for this. And all the excuses that Anthony Joshua came up with as to why he lost the first fight is kind of a testament to that. Right? So Deontay Wilder says if and when they fight, he'll expose him mentally. He knows that. He's mentally built for the challenge. Anthony Joshua is not. He's not built for the grind. And in the fight with Andy Ruiz, he quit. He says the referee, the gum shield, the mouthpiece, the referee didn't give him an opportunity to recover, so on and so forth. Right? Look at his body language when he's standing in the corner, when the referee is telling him to walk here. Do he look like a man that wants to continue? He looked like a broken man in the corner. Did he look like a man that wanted to continue that fight? Right? And then after the fight was over, he mentioned the fact that he may not even fight again. He brought up the fact that, listen, I don't know what I'm going to do. Eddie Hearn was the one that said, no, we're going to rematch Andy Ruiz immediately. He didn't. Anthony Joshua was saying that it's a possibility I might not fight again. I don't know if I'm going to go into the rematch. I might want to rebuild myself. All types of stuff. Anthony Joshua. Now, I know his emotions was high, but that didn't seem like a man that felt like he was duped in the fight and wasn't given every opportunity to recover and continue. He just didn't seem that way. And I believe on December 7th, you're going to see the same thing replay once again. And hopefully, if Anthony Joshua wins, let's get the fight. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Let's finally get it. We've been calling for it for quite some time. Can we get it? Let's see if they truly want it. Right? But we know what the outcome is going to be, right? But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All my word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.